In verses 1 through 4, Paul establishes his identity, divine calling, and the core message of the gospel centered on Jesus Christ. He emphasizes Jesus' humanity as a descendant of David and his divine nature affirmed by the resurrection. This profound introduction naturally leads to the purpose and impact of Paul's apostleship and the gospel message. Verse 5 states, "Through him we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name." Paul transitions from the foundational truths about Jesus Christ to the implications for his own ministry. He acknowledges that it is through him, through Jesus Christ, that he and his fellow apostles have received grace and apostleship. The term grace here signifies the unmerited favor and empowerment given by God. Apostleship refers to the specific calling and authority given to Paul and others to spread the gospel and establish churches. The purpose of this grace and apostleship is for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name. This phrase highlights several key aspects of Paul's mission. First, the goal is obedience to the faith. True faith in Jesus Christ naturally leads to obedience. It is not mere intellectual assent, but a transformative trust that results in a life lived in accordance with God's will. Second, this mission extends among all nations. Paul's apostleship is not limited to a specific ethnic or cultural group, but is universal in scope. The gospel is intended for all people, reflecting God's desire for everyone to come to a knowledge of the truth and be saved, as stated in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 4. Third, this mission is for his name. Everything Paul does is ultimately for the glory and honor of Jesus Christ. The spread of the gospel, the establishment of churches, and the obedience of believers all serve to magnify the name of Jesus. Verse 5 connects the foundational truths about Jesus Christ with the practical outworking of Paul's ministry. It emphasizes the grace and apostleship given through Christ for the purpose of bringing about obedience to the faith among all nations for the glory of his name. This verse underscores the universal scope of the gospel and the ultimate goal of glorifying Jesus through the obedience of faith. It calls us to recognize the grace we have received, embrace our role in spreading the gospel, and live lives that bring honor to the name of Jesus Christ.